Very good morning, Shankar sir. Sir, இல்ல உங்களுக்கு மியூட்ல இருக்கு.
Yes, sir. Very good morning, sir.
Sir, good morning, sir. Dr.Sankaran, sir, good morning. Thank you, sir.
I am student friendly. Student should take some rest. That is fine.
என்னாச்சு? இல்ல, we had a meeting, all principals meeting at 11 o'clock. CEO has convened.
அச்சா.
இப்பதான் முடிச்சு. நான் அதனால இவர்கிட்ட சொன்னேன், சார் டிலே ஆயிடுச்சுன்னா என்னால வந்து அட்டெண்ட் பண்ண முடியாது, நான் எண்டிங்ல வரேன் அப்படின்னு.
Sir, opportunity for which I want student in front of me. You are all legends there. So my stakeholders, I don't mind. You are all having a hectic schedule. So today just I have a classes. That's not a problem. I was eagerly waiting. Even I was after. I hope.
Meeting. Then immediately I had to join my MBA classes.
Oh, correct.
And in between I had to disconnect.
This online Google Meet always will follow because it says petrol, time, meeting at one junction, but message is safe. Am I right, Professor? It's good. Very good. Online rather than calling them, inviting them, spending a lot of money. Provided the chief guest for our college, we should happily accept it. But what I observed, those who are retired, my friends here and there in India and others, they prefer to come physically. Anyway, they want some change of atmosphere, sitting at home or other work.
Rajeshwari ma'am, if you are ready, the students, I think yes, they are good in number. Yeah, ma'am.
Yes. Once again, pleasant morning to everyone, the students, chief guest, head of the department, and beloved staff members. A strong positive self-image is the best possible.
Ma'am, there is an echo. Please keep your mobile phone or other instruments away. And can you restart?
Yes, sir.
Or change your room, yeah, because there is some disturbance.
Okay. A strong positive self-image is the best possible preparation for success in life. Today's orientation program, titled as Need of the Hour by Dr.Sankaran, Director, Aeronautical Department, Nehru Institute of Engineering and Technology. I request our Dean and Director, Dr. P.R. Balaji sir, to welcome the chief guest.
Dear students, very good morning to you all once again. As I really said, the climax will have to be good. The 6 days orientation program, it started well in the morning with the golden rules for success, followed by the need of the hour. See, whatever you may do, what you are supposed to do in the present scenario, the need of the hour makes you successful. So today, to discuss about, to enlighten you on the need of the hour, we have one of our senior most professor, Dr. Sankaran, the director of the Aeronautical Department from the Nehru Institute of Engineering and Technology, to address you all. He carries with him a vast experience. Out of his profile, you will be definitely knowing when they are going to envelop his profile. But the moment we approached him, he has happily accepted to come and give a speech on the need of the hour. Like you, I am also very keen and interested in knowing what is the need of the hour. Before we could officially start this, casually we were chatting. He said how this digital platform helps the people. It saves the resources. Imagine I sit in some corner of Coimbatore and I had to travel all the way to come and deliver the same lecture in a classroom. But I can do it in the comfort of my house, and the same delivery, which I can do it even digitally. As long as the students are good recipients, then it makes no big difference between a physical class or a virtual class. See, today, everyone, even though we used to talk about all the traditional methods we used to teach through the traditional methods, everything has changed overnight into digital platform, and everybody we got used to the digital platform. That has become the need of the hour. They are not supposed to use the mobile phones in the classroom. It will be confiscated. I used to seize and keep it, and at least after a week only I used to give. But things have changed. Now the classrooms are conducted through mobile phones. Can I tell the students you are not supposed to use mobile phone now? Because this is called the need of the hour. The need of the hour says it has to be digital. I just came from the meeting which CEO has conducted. Yesterday, the collector had called for a meeting, and most of the principals from engineering colleges and other colleges have attended. The collector has given instructions how to start the physical classes. For that, lot of restrictions. It is not that easy. Now, the Coimbatore collector insists that the students need to have 2 vaccinations campus. So, with all these are also, but that means what will happen? Immediately, you will have to see whether you are due for the second vaccines, and you will have to get it done. And similarly, those who are crossing the border state to state, they need to have an RT-PCR test. All this which you have never knew before, but now everybody knows. Even a common man knows what is a COVID, what are the protocols to be maintained, the SMS. So today, Sir is here with us to discuss about it. Let me wholeheartedly welcome Dr. Sankaran, my good friend, my colleague, into our Nehru College of Aeronautics and Applied Science to address the young buds. So thank you so much for accepting our invitation and being here with us. And with these few words, I will just pass it on to our MOC for further proceedings. Ma'am, back to the MOC.
Thank you, sir. I request Mrs. B. Nalini with his credentials.
Thank you, Rajeshwari ma'am. A warm and pleasant morning to everyone here to listen our valued resource person of the day. It is indeed an honor to have a person with a vast profile of Professor Dr. Sankaran. He completed BE, ME and PhD in Aero and working as a director in Aero, Nehru Institute of Engineering and Technology, Coimbatore. He is a senior educationist and administrator, 4 years of rich and diversified experiences. An Air veteran, dedicated and innovative educationist administrator with academic renowned education institution, 50 years in the field of military aviation and 5 years in industries, accomplished mentor with a sound track record of creative scholastic achievements. Demonstrated expertise in planning, organizing, coordinating, and monitoring all types of academic activities for the overall development of personalities of students. Served superior record of promoting the welfare of the department by enhancing staff efficiency and productivity through efficient administration, effective motivation and guidance, adopt in facilitating social and intellectual growth of students by creating an atmosphere of mutual respect and open communication. He motivated, dynamic and single-minded in pursuit of excellence with flair for connecting with young minds and nurturing as well as fostering their development to their utmost potential, proven abilities in coordinating with students demonstrating a caring and empathic attitude. He possesses personal traits of punctuality and diligence, exceptional communication, analytical and coordination skills, ability to use sound decision-making skills, and effective perform in self-directed work environment. His achievements: Sir handled 32 UG and 6 batch of PG aeronautical engineering students. He produced 1,500 successful aeronautical engineers to shape the technology and developed in the field of aeronautical engineering in our country. He produced 136 successful university rank holders and 8 university gold medalists. Sir got the Best Teacher Award in 2001 at Park College of Engineering and Technology, Coimbatore. In 2002, Park College of Engineering and Technology, Coimbatore. Then in 2009, VSB Engineering College, Karur. Then 2020, Nobel Seva Ratna Award. Sir Telugu, Hindi, Punjabi, Malayalam, Kannada, Tamil, and English. Sir, it's really a privilege for the students to have such a resource person. We, the Department of BBA and BSc of Aeronautics and Applied Sciences, wholeheartedly welcome you, sir. Thank you, Rajna.
Thank you, ma'am. Sir, you may start your presentation, sir. We welcome you.
Very good morning to one and all on board, respected Professor Balaji sir, Professor Sankaran sir, and other faculty members. Here, I got an opportunity from Professor Sankaran. Yes, opportunity not once only our door. I thought, why not to put it, accept and wait for it. And what happened, I wanted as an opening batsman, but unfortunately, due to Onam, the front bench in student language, but situation, it was postponed to Onam celebration. I'm on the tail end. However, whether I'm in the front bench or the back bench, matter remains same. I have to share my knowledge with you. My experience, my students of backbenchers, they used to perform well now. That we'll discuss later on, question hours. Fine, I'll start doing my presentation. From MOC, what time normally students go for lunch? It is 1 o'clock or 12:50. Rajeshwari madam.
Yes, sir. At 1 o'clock they'll go, sir.
Okay, I will stop sharp by 12:50 even before, but I would like to interact with students. I wanted to interact with students. Please request Rajeshwari madam to give me a caution. Sharp at 12 elementary, all have patience. If I am a fast bowler, allow me to reduce my speed. First, I'll start my presentation. Right. And I request madam, if any problem, Rajeshwari or Nalini madam, to caution me. I'm going for a full screen presentation. So I hope whatever the pain which I have taken, probably you all will be able to read. I hope, could you able to see my presentation? Madam, could you able to see my presentation? Madam?
Yes, sir, we can see, sir.
Yeah, very good, very good. I'll go for a slideshow. I'll start from the beginning, full screen mode. Let's see. Yes, madam, visible?
Yes, sir, it's your presentation.
Well, okay. Please keep, because probability of disconnecting of a network which I faced last time. Fine, my student friends. I hope you are all very fresh now. The time is, although appears to be 12, but minded your career, right? You should worry about your career. Although today I welcome you all to our freshers orientation program. I thought no, both the students were available. You have to interact. A doctor, better to show an hospital, whether it is a nurse or etc., etc. The need of the hour. This I have prepared on my own. How? Alphabetically. I'll just go one by one. First comes ambition. As you all know well, all should have a very high ambition. This is the day. This is the day you have to dream. Yes, what is my ambition? I'm commonly saying, first fix up a goal. The ambition is very, very important. And then, after setting what is your ambition, whatever your ambition may be, but you should be bold enough Whatever ambition you have, the dream what you have, stick on. So the steps, whatever you are taking, you should take very boldly. You should be bold enough. Then, at any cost, day by day, improve your confidence or your confidence factor. How will you develop that confidence factor? You have to read newspaper. However, people are the impression, why is a newspaper? Sorry, please read newspaper. Going through digitalized newspaper, you will not get the correct feel. Late President K.R. Narayanan, somewhere around 40 kilometers from here, place is called Ottapalam. Then 150 years of Hindu publishers made a celebration that late President K.R. Narayanan said, every day my coffee, a cup of coffee is Hindu. So whatever the newspaper, alphabetically you will find everywhere, confidence factor, how it will come. You read the newspaper, you understand. You read. Don't forget to read talks of the town. Don't forget to read letters to the editor. This is how my grandfather nurtured me. Don't forget, confidence factor comes. Next comes discipline. You are all impression. Discipline means one should put on uniform. Sorry, Amitabh Bachchan's career, he always mentioned that is a well-disciplined artist. That is the reason. All his family members could shine because he's a well-disciplined person. The late Shivaji Ganeshan is being called icon. Everybody follows. He also is a well-disciplinarian. During his days for the shooting, he used to reach on time. So many tried the level best. But the director Shankar, why I'm using director Shankar, you know, director Shankar's movie. Director Shankar had a tough time. He never ever able to reach out these shooting spot because whenever he plans to come, but the late Shivaji Ganeshan used to be there before time. Please mind it. Right. So punctuality, what I mean to say, is all comes under the category of discipline. The dress code comes of the same. Next, E for enhancement. I'm sure by preparing these slides, having gone through your syllabus, having picked up some of the topics of your syllabus, six semester, 3 years course, I have knowledge what is required for you. Since it's the need of the hour, I just started alphabetically the point to be noted. Next thing, forgiveness. My teacher, professor, forgiveness. Forgiveness is a great thing. Still, it's there in my ringing on my ear. Gandhiji has become a Mahatma. Lot of streets there in some of the countries, in South Africa and various countries. Name of the street is Mahatma Gandhi. Forget about India. How? Because of forgiveness. Right? However, you, student, also should accomplish this character. Some students may not reach out your expectation various ways, but have forgiveness. Next, give and take policy. There was a movie that Prabhudeva, year 1995-96, famous song. Mukabla, that song. Take it easy policy. What is the take it easy policy? Don't take it in your heart, but give and take. What is the give and take? Suppose you are bringing a tiffin box, telling my college days. Right, my mother daily prepare only idli. One fellow brings puri, other daily. One fellow brings only rice, curd rice. So we used to share. Right. Similarly, taking lunchtime, we used to spend, talk about all movies, songs, talk of the town. Like that, we used to give up. But also our knowledge in school days. Right. Now also, whenever I take a class, I just ask the students to interact. So I may get some information from them. Then take is very important. Right now, when you come to physically, if not online, check up your own frequency. Friends of yours as well as the seniors, and apply this give and take. Next, health is wealth. Yes, I don't want to say much. You all know well. COVID-19 taught so many things. Finally, who succeeded? Senior citizens, whomsoever has maintained their health, fine, they are surviving. How? Not today. Right from the childhood, if not, after getting married, they should give preference for the health. I also remember some of the students are very cute, but physically they are not fit. So keep it in mind. Health is wealth. Yesterday there was a webinar by the great actor Sarat Kumar. Who is Sarat Kumar? You all know well. I don't want to interact now. Your turn will come. Right. The film industry is to maintain a good physique, like Nithik Roshan, like one more fellow, I've forgotten his name, Yenna Kannu, that is what his dialogue. Right. Like that, he used to maintain a very good health, Satyaraj. So I can talk so many people in different parts of life. Health is wealth. Right. I don't want to add any politician. More than 320 students were available. Right. So health is wealth. It doesn't need anything. It doesn't need anything. Right. So health is wealth. The previous speaker was talking about it. Right. So please make a note of it. High improvement. You must have seen right from the day one till date you have been hearing. So naturally there must be some improvement, some thought-provoking statement. I remember what first day inauguration, one professor did his MBA from Tyagaraja Engineering College. You're talking executives, but I'll add it up in different way. What is the different way? When we talk about any manager, tomorrow you're all going to be a big shot. You're all going to be a manager. That's right. So whom do we call a successful manager? A successful manager is the one, right? He keeps updating himself. And please understand, academician cannot become a very good manager. That needs a managerial skill. Tomorrow when you go for any job and in an industry, you should keep seeing what? Adjusting with everybody. So that time you see the improvement aspect of it. That is, you will notice it day by day. Right now you are only ab initio. You are in the ab initio status. Keep reading. Then only, and be a good listener. Then only improvement will take place. That is slow and steady. Next comes J for jovial. Whenever you are mingling with your student friends, these seasons, because the circle becomes, day by day, the diameter keeps reducing it. Right. So, mind it, like with the like-minded people or with your own friend circle, mind it. Not always jovial, then problem. You need what? Some seriousness. But jovial helps a lot, right? To make it your message or interaction with the subordinates when you go out of this college or with your own friends, you should know bit about your friends, bit about your employer, then right. Your knowledge, then you can jovially talk so many things and have more friendship. Next comes knowledge. Actually, you wanted to put it in a very big font size. The better. Anyway, knowledge. Knowledge is power, right? Power is the wealth. Until otherwise, every day you keep improving your knowledge. Sorry, that's all, one word, because you're all students. This is a stage for learning. Then loyalty. Person in your respective field after getting it. So you should be loyal first to your college. Be loyal to our department, right? I don't want to further elaborate it. Then only if you nurture all these qualities during your campus stay, during your 3 years here, what do you mean by loyalty? Automatically, when you go to the industry, you will be in a position to please your boss, please your establishment, please your organization. That's why I use the word, you should be loyal. You should not criticize. I don't want to use the word criticize. Always I want to see a positive. Some of the wedding bell, although the ring on time, but they remove the ring very fastly these days because of this problem. Maturity is not there. When to speak, where to speak, how to speak, what to speak. Problem. Not mature enough. This is very important. Very, very important. If a person is well matured, I wish you all should be fully matured enough. And when you reach the final stage, that is end of your course, you should be fully mature. Identify your own stuff. What sort of word comes to your stuff. So please ensure that maturity, you get matured by the time before you leave the campus. And novelty. Yes, you know the meaning of novelty. I'll share my own students. Right. I found a student by name Abhirami 10 years back. Whenever I take a class, I'm a fast bowler, and you take physically, and you make a lot of derivations. So it will be quite difficult for the students to take a note of it. So I have found from her some novelty. What's the novelty? She used to have a pencil. Right. She used to have a pencil. Right. With that pencil, she used to keep writing because her novelty is pencil you can write faster. Even some of you try with pencil, you can do things well. Right. Then I learned from Abhirami. Then another student by name Pyram. When he wanted to go for an interview for DRDO, he was very weak in communication. But he was to go and attend an interview there at DRDO, right, at Hyderabad. He asked, sir, one day before, sir, what we are going to expose ask for a pencil, and then paper, start writing. Right, you all know well different types of aircraft, different types of wing configuration, different types of landing gears, right? And different types of structural analysis is too good. So I said, make use of a pencil and draw BND, SFD diagram, right? Or a simply supported, right? And so on. So find some novelty, whether you are learning or when you are presenting or examination or interview attending. Whatever it is that you should be different from others. One example, one student will take an easy question, right? But he will take a tough question, right? So you used to write the tough question. When you do evaluation in Anna University, we take 25 papers, you'll find one paper will be hard. Then automatically the evaluator will go through, turn the pages and see, what did this fellow write? Tough questions. He'll automatically give more mark. What happened? Final result, end result, he obtained gold medals. Right, gold medalist. What happened after gold medalist? Only with a BE degree, joined in ISRO, interview itself. They have selected him first round itself. He's a scientist E now. Why I use the novelty I have learned from my students. And another student used different. They used to have 2-3 pens in hand writing exam. Right, underlining, she'll use blue color, pencil, black color. Mind it, these are all some novelty. Not wearing clothes, right? Costumes, filling up your so-called your wardrobe. Sorry, this is what I mean novelty. Obedience, very sad. But there are students, school, you nurture. I have a student, he came to the department, even in first year he used to come and, sir, may I come in, sir, in my cabin. But I used to say, don't rise. No, sir. Rise, don't rise. So I learned obedience. Very important. Ashraf was not a grade. Ashraf, you know well. Right. People, olden days king, no one has become the great except, you know, who are the great Ashoka, great Alexander. Like that for me, my student Ashraf is 40 years old now. For me, is great because of his obedience. When he was loyal to the company where he worked, now he's well placed. But still is a very good team leader. So this obedience helps a lot. Please understand the value of obedience. Right? Simply writing a letter saying to a class teacher or higher official, you were obediently. That never ever matches nowadays. Sorry. My present students whomsoever is listening, please make use of what is obedience. Obedience starts from your home. You may have parentally, father expect more obedience. Now also, mother, you know, motherly treatment itself, care is different. But obedience is very important. Right. Then comes patience and pursuance. Even today, I just came. I have seen patiently you are all listening. However, I want to have more patience. Why? You need some 10 minutes gap. So I should have that patience. And pursuance, you know well, presently you are very badly in need of this. Followed by Q, quality. Please don't worry about quantity. Right? Worry about quality. Something today I heard an FM station, they're talking about what? The quality aspect part of it. Right. The quality means, I mean, the quality aspect is very, very important. Right? When you go to the industry, they look for your work. Quality nowadays they talk in terms of smart work, right? In terms of the smart work, what do you do? Smart work doesn't mean shortcut. Smart work means, right, making use of some of the strategies will come across. Otherwise, I hope you'll check it out. If not, you learn. Very important. That is called OR techniques, operational research techniques. That is called CPM and PERT. Very, very important for both the courses. What is that? Critical path method and program evaluation review techniques. Please remember, I use the word Q because this solves so many problems. You will learn more. So that work, if you do it with the help of the CPM and PET, comes under the category of OR techniques, operation research techniques. You work will have certain amount of quality. Please don't forget. Then resilience. You know very well the resilience aspect part of it. You should learn it in a campus itself. Right. It's only you have to practice it to know the little meaning of what resilience. Next, yes, already previous speaker talking about success, right? So how it should be, your success, sorry, I'm sorry, it went off. 1 minute, let me see. Yes, success, right? So during your 6th semester or before leaving the campus or 6th semester itself, that is last stage of your course, 3rd year course, 6th semester, you should feel that, right? Yes, what is the definition of success? And right, understand, equip yourself so that you are readily employable. You will be able to reach out to your destination. You will be landing very safely with the knowledge equipped in the college campus. Please don't keep going through digitalized books. Some of the books from the library or the notes what your professors are giving, please make a note of it and prepare your own notes. A student of mine, subject aircraft structure, author, best author in aircraft structure is Bloom. You also can go through, nothing wrong. Course doesn't matter. What matters is the knowledge, which I told you in K. Bloom is an authority for structures. My student, 22 days, olden days, go and check up with the parents. Olden days, the best director, leader. Right, my professor Balaji and all, they know very well. A beautiful shooting he took, right, where a set made in AVM studio hospital. That's all. But that one particular building, a nice shooting was taken within 22 days. Like that, my student prepared within 22 days. I gave him 20 books, written handwritten notes. Still that is running. The present students are reading that notes what you gave. The present professors are following the same. Why? Your pain taken, you got no sooner you reached for an interview, having written not a book, but his own written notes. Gave more strength. Structure means you all know well. You should have more strength, but less weight. He called it as a strength by weight ratio. Strength by weight ratio. The numerator should be more, or the denominator should be less than the numerator. As you all know, strength by weight ratio. As a structure person, written a very good notes. Still that is running. 2 decades past. So like that, your success depends upon what the running notes. whatever subject you have learned, right, and make success won't come so easily. Please make a note of it. That is why I mentioned during 6th semester. Fine. Now T for transition. What is the transition? From plus 2 to come to college, right? From far off distance, you'll be reaching your college, maybe from different states, maybe from different walks of life. But whatever the case may be, this is a very transition period. COVID also is added now. Earlier, students used to come right early on their own time and reach the college, attend the college. So from a school to college is a transition period. I suffered from the school. Although same school extension from St. Xavier's School to the St. Xavier's College, but I found the transition period. Why? Little discipline and fast bowlers are more. College professors are fast bowlers because enough knowledge they have to give. So I found a lot of difficulties with the subject physics and particularly chemistry. Why? The transition period. However, this period you have to be very careful. Aircraft, fighter pilot, 65 and 71 watt. I just interacted. Right. What he says, you all know the term. Right. Whether you're a management person or in a BSc course, you should know the transition. What happened? He said, subsonic, easily we can fly. Right. Easily you can fly in subsonic. Supersonic aircraft, simply you can fly. But transonic region from 0.8 to 1.2, very difficult. Very difficult. We lost a lot of pilots. Sunday, I had an interaction. One pilot, right, is 75 years old, attended 65 and 71 war. Hunter aircraft, Hunter and all, it's a transonic aircraft. So he had a lot of problems. By the time he was shot by Pakistani Sabri aircraft. So he landed there, ejected out, and then he was in a village, and a lot of troubles he faced just because of the reason, the transition time or the flow from subsonic to supersonic in the transition period of 0.8 to 1.2 Mach. Big problem like that for you, the transition period. And another very important thing is that this time of transition, you should only a good listener. Don't react, right? Don't react. So ultimately, this transition period will be comfortable. Next, you for updation. Even I updated. You will not believe it. I was not in a position to get the BPT up to my level. So I updated with my son and daughter. Again, I sent to email, far off distance. I had a Google Meet with my daughter and son, then the son-in-law, that some mistakes, cross-check, whether I'm able to show full slide. I had a problem with the laptop. So I started updating it. So now I'm in a position to go for a Google Meet or Zoom or Micro Team. So many things. Why? I have to update myself. I remember 2000, not the 2019, 98 or before that, ATM. Very difficult to go to ATM. Very less banks. ATM facility available. I started updating. Carrying my kids 25 years back. ATM. Right, nearby home. Centurion Bank, I still remember. I told them how to do. Then how the ATM functions. Right, now you see, I started learning net banking, Google Pay, whatnot. If I don't update, nobody is going to help me. So please make a note of it. Updation is very important. Don't be a bookworm. Right, update your knowledge. Right, may not be in your syllabus. When you go out, please update. Then comes vision. Based on your ambition, you should have a vision. You should match, right? Mapping. The latest language what we do is mapping is very, very important. The term what we use in software is mapping. So whatever your ambition, based on to your vision. Based on your vision, what will that? Your mission will. So I didn't give that much of importance, but that needs some maturity, I say. But when you talk about your updation, vision, then you'll have a better mission. What the better mission? The vision is good. You'll find periodically you'll get a promotion. How? If you update it. How? You should have a jovial interaction with your friends. You should be loyal to your company. You should have more knowledge. Whatever the steps you take a bold step. Right. And if you maintain discipline, particularly punctuality, these are all mixed together. Right. Then comes W, willpower. I was chatting in a Google Meet with my daughter and son, but my daughter said it's getting delayed, and I said I have the willpower. 11:05 only I got through mail, updated one. I had a problem in slide slow. How? I have that willpower. What? I can deliver by 11:15, I'll be on board. So that confidence factor that leads to this more willpower. So the willpower, don't think that confidence factor, etc., discipline, all no, for which you should have very important health. Am I right? It's very important. Health is wealth. Please don't forget. Good visit. You need to go to gym. Do your own household work. Girls mean help your mother. Cleaning your house. Don't keep a servant maid. Help your mother. Help her in kitchen. It's also a very good exercise. Right. Don't go to gym. I notice nowadays girls also in cities are going to gym. What for? Do your own work. Similarly, boys, you can help your father. Right, for purchasing, grocery, etc., marketing, vegetables, you all can do. Go by walk. Right, yesterday he was talking about Sarat Kumar, the same. All are taking a scooter to go here and there. Scooty, avoid, go by walk. That is better. You should create a willpower. How will you create a willpower and your in a position to buy a scooter? I hope, I don't want to further continue. This will generate more willpower. Right. You can maintain punctuality. That's very, very, very important. Then comes Zenith. Right. I'm X, I left it. So the X aspect, but it should be exemplary. How will you become exemplary? You follow everything. Right. And then why? Keep asking not only why I am going to do. Right? You should have a yardstick. Why for yardstick? What's the purpose of the yardstick? If you have a yardstick, you will do a comparative study. First semester over, go to second semester. When you get the first semester result, keep an yardstick. Which subject I am weak? Why I am weak? What should I do? Similarly, have a yardstick. So that will reach you your zenith. Zenith means nothing but that maximum. That is culminative. We do in rocket and missiles a subject, right? The propellant what is used, the aerodynamical design and the structural integrity. The nozzle would adjust the hot airflow, the jet efflux, by which the burnout velocity should be maximum in order to reach the culmination altitude. Culmination means the maximum altitude. That's right. So if you follow alphabetically what I prepared on my own, what I have come across in all these 42 years of my experience, having learned a lot from my own students, that's why side by side I inserted what my students taught me. Right. So with that, in fact, everybody says, students say, my teacher only motivate, my teacher only guru, my mentor is only teacher. Right. But sorry, for me, my students only. I was very tough person when I started my first 2 over, first day, first ball. Students made me, corrected me. Please be little flexible. Because of the flexibility, what I learned from the student, today I am in front of you. Why you have to learn? Even your junior says, even sub-junior says, first please listen what they say. If it is okay, acceptable, more than that, digestible, don't worry about digestible. If it is acceptable, please follow. Please follow. Definitely you will reach. I also wish this program, need of the hour, I just talked in general. In general, what I have prepared, what I have understood, what I experienced, I have put it there. Right? So this I made near about 12 slides I made. So I was corrected by my daughter. No, students will get better. Worry about the students' point of view. Keep these slides, speak, rather than showing ambition. Right? And very important thing I wanted to say afterwards, I may sometimes forget because still I have 10 minutes time. I have only 10 slides so. Right? I'll go to the next slide. Yes. MOC, could you see my screen?
Yes, sir.
MOC.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, okay, fine. Now I am coming. But I should thank Professor Singaravelu professor. He gave me immediately the caption of all your subjects. Then I sat down. First, a lot of 6 semesters, each semester I took one part where I can reach you out. What is that? Computer application. Arey Baba, right now, if I don't use my brain, how can I be visible in this platform, Google platform? Impossible. For industry, you read. Very, very important. When I booked my first ticket, I want to share my experience. When I want to book my first ticket, 88, right, I wanted to take for honeymoon. I carried my parents also for honeymoon. How? For booking a ticket. How? Indian Airlines. Oh, I want to run around. I was there in Nasik. But now you see, within no time, there is a proverb, right? I'll tell you later on. Everything in your hand. Just press Google, go, press, check up, over. Within 3 minutes, your ticket is ready. So, booking tickets you are using, they can have a planned flights. We'll keep searching. Holidays, right? Early morning. I reached early morning flight, I prefer, and then I used to pay only 1,000 rupees. Right. Then booking tickets on those days. Right. Yardacon reached from Coimbatore to Bombay for 500 rupees. Yardacon. He'll come back to you later on when you are interact. So planning flights, very important. I was waiting for flights there in Coimbatore to reach Bangalore, which started from Agartala. So right from Agartala, I was keep on seeing the schedule of the flight. Mind it. So planning of the flight, scheduling of aircraft and crew, oversee the maintenance. Yes, maintenance is very, very important. So many people are working in this maintenance operation. Aircraft is coming for a landing there at Madras. It is about to due for a servicing, 1,000 landings. High-speed aircraft, military aircraft, They go for every 1,000 landing, they will throw the leg, they'll fit a new one. So, like this, aircraft to aircraft, it is reflected in the maintenance manual. So, suppose an aircraft comes for a touchdown at Madras, sometimes it has not crossed, let us say, likely to reach 500 hours servicing. They do within 500 hours, they will just, after Madras touching up, they will schedule or they will halt it there to carry out maintenance. Those days, everything in Hyderabad. There is a big shot available, Airworks India. He's also air veteran. Right. He is doing a lot of work, Airworks India. A lot of maintenance work carrying out for aircraft from other countries and other airlines, other than Air India, Indian Airlines. Then we can set fares, as I already told you. Early morning, if you book the fare, they'll set the fare for the low. Well in advance, if you book, they give concession. They do concession for defense people, retired people, they give concession, student concession. This is all we can set fares because of the computer application. So from ticket reservation to aircraft design, yes, I can do a lot of aircraft design with the help of a software. If I go through the what aircraft designed by Riemann, this book also you read, aircraft design, right? Because Riemann is not only an aeronautical engineer, but also a pilot. His father, only a pilot, Riemann's father. So he had a lot of dream, so he became an engineer. His book is authority. That's a Bible for us. There's a Quran for us. There's a Quran for us, and not only the Quran for us, not only that, it's also our so-called Bhagavad Gita. Right. So presently the computers helps a lot like anything for the airline operation, and not only efficient but also flexible. Next slide. Environmental studies. I attended a webinar. They talk about how to keep our environment, airport environment or green airport environment. How pilot coming abroad, sitting, passenger in, they started taxing out to a kilometer or more, reach, runway in, take off. S1, S2, S3. Roll out, don't worry. Then nowadays they make use of the mule. You must have seen. They put the nose wheel on a mule, nothing but a tractor. Then they move. They move the aircraft, right? Then reach the runway end. Pilot reaches that, then he gets inside the cockpit, carries out all the check, and then he moves. So we save to the tune of at least minimum some 500 liters of fuel. So emission, right? You can read it out. Other thing, you can read it out. I don't want to keep reading, right? What I experienced, presently, the CO2 emission, right, in aviation, globally is 2.6. Every airport, right, and every so-called, throughout the country, if they follow what I said, that definitely we can save fuel, save India, save fuel globally. Whatever problem you come across, particularly the ozone layer, right? This is good. That is the reason. Next slide. Aviation industry. It includes what? Manufacturing, research also we are doing it in a lot of companies. Right. Research, aero engine. Our days, 20 years it takes to manufacture aero engine. Now, with the help of the software, right? CFT, and ANSI software, we can do it within 4 or 5 years. We can design an aero engine. GTRE, gas turbine research establishment, is the one in our country. They are doing a lot of work, and DRDO as well as the scientists from ADE, ADA, they are doing a lot of work. They are doing the same. And military aviation, that's a separate category, right? Those you have to put on a uniform and work. All of you, please check up. The professors will be in a position to tell you how to join. Next comes what are the main pillars, very important, in aviation industry: commercial, general, and military aviation. There are a lot of opportunities. For military aviation, there are separate ways and means. You have to write a lot of examinations to get through. But for commercial and general, things are normal, but you have to pay heavily. Someone is very, very poor, opt for military aviation, struggled, check up, surf, find out. These are the main pillars. Next comes the principle of airline airport management. This is what in your syllabus. First principle, you know well, robust plan. That's what I already told you, right? First of all, you plan your work, then execute it, step by step. That is the meaning of you have to make use of the outcome. You have a lot of dream. How it will be fulfilled? You have to drive the bloody dream. Dream night time, daytime you drive the bloody dream. Then only the principle 1 you can apply. What is the principle 2? Tapping. As I told you already. What is that? Tap yourself, read the newspaper, check up the source, go to the Google search, check up the employment opportunity. What are the latest data available? Right. Then all those weather information. Those days, weather information, 1978, sit in the aircraft, right? Whether it is a fighter pilot or a commercial or civil, they have to ask air traffic controller with their name, Bravo, calling 123, weather report, going, let us say, Kolkata to Shillong. He has to tell the weather report. Now, no sooner put on, right, even straight away he will come to know one button, one click, they will get the weather report. And if you select B, Bombay will come, Baroda also will come. If I say A, you'll bet Ahmedabad also will come automatically. All those, what do you call it, airport, starting with the A, it will come. So come to the point that principle 2 is exploring the tapping, new sources, right? Then worry more about the handling operations. It's all available nowadays. Literature is available online. A lot of videos are there. Load factors is very important, right? Deccan, Air Deccan, the captain has taken a lot of planning. He did it to control the load factor, making a lot of advertisements with the available space. He used a lot of advertisements poured underneath the embarking time as well as the exit places. So he was in a position to go for a very subsidy, very low airfare he was fixing up. However, it was a loss for various reasons. Another aircraft got NEPC. You all check it up, you'll come to know. That's a great loss. He had a more inventory control. That's a big problem. So please apply the principle 2. Right. Then forecast is very important. COVID-19 gave a lot of ideas how to forecast. Now schools are opening, colleges are opening. So they have to forecast. Right. And they should take a summary of last year by this time, how much? Share market, they forecast. Right. So similarly, a lot of forecast you have to see, and you have to compare and think of how can make it better the next time. I am also thinking, I have done a work for you. Same I keep. Next time when I get a chance of people like you or other people, I will think how best I can make a better slides. That is the meaning I just use this slide. Why I put the right side? Earlier there was no photograph. I thought I should reach out, so that I gave this principle. Right? Next, air traffic control. Baba, time is not sufficient. They play a vital role. One example, 1971 war. Aircraft Hunter. They were operating from Jaisalmer. Right, daytime. But Jodhpur has got a night flying provision. But Jaisalmer never ever. There was a message, scramble was given for Jaisalmer pilots. So they were to go for a scramble was given, they were to penetrate. But unfortunately, it was around 6 or 6:15, 6:30. Right? They took off for half an hour, they didn't get the correct target. So they are loitering. But message came that please go for a landing. No night landing, night flying, no provision. Go to Jodhpur. Jodhpur only 40 minutes or 30 minutes, not even 30 minutes flying by Hunter. Check up Google, what is Hunter? Hunter aircraft. Now what happened? The pilot reached there. But unfortunately, it was a war time. Please understand, I'm talking of 71 war, the December 1971. Now what happened? Jodhpur did not give permission. Go back to Jamnagar. Pilot was stuck up. ATC is not giving because ATC, air traffic controller, has got some power. So he thought what to do. Again he is calling his base, that is Jaisalmer. Jaisalmer is in the border of our country. It is in Rajasthan. People, villages in Jaisalmer. The nearest town is in Pakistan. Nearest town for people in Jaisalmer, our Indian city is 40-50 kilometers, but Pakistan is only 3-4 kilometers. You understand that Jaisalmer. So again he returned back. But air traffic controller, very smart in 71 war. He said, you come for a landing. Three fellows were astonished. How we are going to land? You all will hear, if not heard. What is that? Gooseneck, making use of the, kerosene. Gooseneck, they call it as a chai, a kettle, they call it, K-E-T-T, kettle. So he cut 6 people on either side, right? 7 people on either side. The 4th floor in the center of the runway, and all are given with the matchbox with a walkie-talkie. Then the aircraft was about to come for a landing permission. It was told by the air traffic controller who was holding the walkie-talkie, ask the center fellow, the fellow, 4th fellow, either side, gooseneck, that is fire on, the matchstick. Then by seeing this, on either side, 3rd, 2nd, 1st fellow, they also put on. But for a pilot who's coming for a landing, he could see some light. First aircraft landed. This all happened in fraction of second. First fellow landed. He has got, navigation light. We call it as a position light. He has followed. Like these 3 aircraft landed safely. No sooner the first aircraft touched down, light off. Because the reason, enemy will come to know if he put on the light. The Jodhpur air traffic control did not permit in wartime, because if they put on the landing lights or runway lights, enemy will immediately penetrate. That was a great loss of more than 30 aircraft. Moral of the story, this is what the role of air traffic control. I don't want to read, I want to say. Next, time is running. The purpose of the ATC, all know well, books are given. I want to quote engineering. Encoding altimeter, avoid collision. Encoding altimeter means one fellow will come for 10,000 feet, who's coming behind will come on 15,000 feet, right? And then later on he will keep on ascending. Thereby collision can be avoided on both the sides of the runway. As you know well, runway, they allow landing or the takeoff at one particular side only, one end of the runway. Other end, they won't be allowed. In case of the military aircraft, they make use of a provision called arrested barrier. Then what is ELT? ELT is emergency location transmitter. Then navigation, air traffic control will keep monitoring. Then undercarriage is down. Undercarriage is down. With the binocular, those days they used to see air traffic controller and tell pilot come for a landing. So like that, a lot of controls are there nowadays in air traffic. Yes, please.
Excuse me, sir. Soft reminder, sir. Time is 12:52, sir.
12:52. Thank you, madam. The next one is, what are the things are providing? This is from the air traffic control is visualizing, right? In our screen, this is called radar, right? In the military, it is different, and civil, it is different. So you can see that, right? The air traffic is one down, you control the pilot, right? Then comes air regulations. DGC's authority, civil airworthiness requirements specified under the provision of aircraft rules 1930. They have given a lot of changes in the car series, civil air requirements. Please read. It's good for both of the courses. You should know thoroughly. Like, what do you call it? A pharmacist should know all the tablets in his memory. See that I enjoyed the knowledge which I delivered, what I learned from this aircraft, Med 21. Those in Air Force. When I joined, it was costing 1.2 crores. Now, the recent DRDO scientist is using LCA 50 crores, one fuel tank composite material. I'll stop sharing. I'm coming, landing over, and I also request you that if you have any doubt, please ask questions. I'll stop sliding. I'll come back to your screen. I hope you are all able to see. Yes, I landed on time. Interaction, I wanted to have more. Anyone wanted to interact? Fadafad ask questions.
Sir, respected sir, really it is a very, very wonderful session, sir. You have taken A to Z, you have taken everything, and regarding our syllabus also you have covered fully, sir. Really the students have enjoyed very much. And dear students, anybody is having any clarification, sir is ready to give clarify your doubts. You can unmute your mic and you can ask. Dear students, now it is your time.
Any chat box message, everybody says, thank you sir, for a valuable speech, fabulous speech. No doubt, sir. Sri Ram Leo says, no doubt, sir. No problem, because I don't mind. Because the pain what your professor has taken, at least you should have some doubt. Maybe, because as I told you, the time is the time for lunch. So everybody said, thank you, sir, no doubt, sir. Thank you, sir, no doubt, sir.
Sir, some students are calling me and they want a direct interaction with you when our colleges are reopening, sir. Directly. Definitely.
Yes. Sir, I told my student friend, see, this is what jovial. What our professor does it, jovially says, because you are unable to meet both the end. It's crystal clear. It is crystal clear that although you may have doubt, I know well your stomach problem. I always leave on time, on board, on time. I will never ever touch. If you have doubt, otherwise, as you know well, that the mission is not a successful mission. But still, I make an appeal, at least one fellow, put on the camera and show your face. By your face, I'll come to know, because it's very important. When you go on
unmute your mic, open your video, and please.
Ram Leo, but Pataput Singaravelan is your professor, but Selvavelan can follow his footsteps. Put on the camera and show your face. Because when you go for an interview, confidence factor comes in your video. You have to see your face. No problem. I will not leave 4G. You go for, don't do 4G. Go for friendship G. Be friendly with your teacher, right? And with your student friends, then be a friendship G. So all, yes, I appreciate. Yeah, Bharani Shri. Over. I know Bharani Shri. Thank you, Bharani Shri. No question from Bharani Ji. And yes, the Dhanushu. You are looking like the Dhanushu. Hairstyle, you look like Dhanushu. But mind it. One message for you. What is name? What is the name of Are Baba? Rajnikant's son-in-law name? Dhanush, what is his name? Rajnikant, son-in-law.
Dhanush.
He acted a movie. I'll tell you here also, 2004 or 5. Then Kamalakasan said, "Arey, he is doing well. I didn't do well in Guna. I want to improve." This is the word Dhanu. You also become a good Dhanu. And another message for one girl who came and left. What is her name? I forgotten. Still, I have 2 minutes to go. I don't know who the name. Chalo. And one more thing. Amitabh Bachchan. Shahrukh Khan I know well. Shahrukh Khan said, Amitabh Bachchan home visiting 9 o'clock. Amitabh Bachchan house all are well dressed. Said, all are there. Makeup even night 9 o'clock, 9:30 dining time. What does it mean? Discipline, right? Not to show your costumes. They maintain some decorum. That is why I request, as Shahrukh Khan said, I didn't say. Your Shahrukh Khan said, my own Amitabh Bachchan, listen, what is that? 9 o'clock also, proper costumes there. In his house, residence where they are dining. Right. And all used to take Sunday lunch, all family used to take. You also do the same. What Amitabh Bachchan and what your family should join and take lunch with them all. You can do jovial talk, you can learn a lot, you can interact a lot with your parents. They'll be happy to share your knowledge and their experience. And lastly, one word I wanted to say, daily. That is what our CEO and secretary used to say. One page management. That is what our founder chairman used to say. I heard from Professor Paranjoti from CIT, Professor retired.